If you ever thought, I know a lot, but I don't know how to make money from it, then this video is for you. I was able to turn what I know into real income without having to quit my job. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did it. Hi guys, my name is Yinka and I help working professionals turn their skill set into real cash without having to quit their full-time job so that they are able to gain the financial independence that they truly desire. Not too long ago, I was just like you, trying to figure out what to do in order to be able to gain financial independence and build multiple streams of income. I was working a full-time job and didn't know exactly where to start. So what I did was I picked up my book and I grabbed myself a pen. And what I did was to list out all of the skill sets that I could think of. And the one skill, after doing all of the research that I felt that I could start, was use my agile knowledge. I am an agile coach with over a decade of experience building successful projects, and I felt that this was the perfect skill set to use. Now, one of the things that actually also helped me to pick this particular skill was the fact that as an agile coach in my day-to-day job, I worked with multiple scrum masters who were struggling. And so firsthand, I saw the need for my skill set to be put to use. I am extremely knowledgeable and I've been able to apply that knowledge to multiple teams, helping them build wonderful products. And it just felt like the right skill set because I saw a true need in the market and I identified a problem that I am able to solve. And all of this led me to picking that specific skill set. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know how important your skill sets are. So if you're on this journey trying to determine the actual skill set to pick, there are so many clues around you that can help you identify the right skill set to pursue. And for me, once I discovered how important my agile skill was, I decided to go with a very simple offer. What was I going to offer to these people? I was going to help new Scrum Masters and even aspiring Scrum Masters become exceptional because I saw that many of the Scrum Masters who were struggling were actually new to the job, they were new to that role, and so they had so much to struggle and so much to worry. And so I was able to identify that need and just focus on that one problem. Now, once I was able to identify the actual problem that I wanted to solve, I didn't overthink it. I felt like, what was the best way to be able to reach out to these people? I knew that in order for me to be able to not only impact knowledge, but be able to impact the right attitude, the right mindset to these people, one-on-one coaching was going to be perfect because they needed a mentor. They needed somebody who could show them the ropes, someone who could guide them through the steps. And so my offer was pretty simple, helping, aspiring Scrum Masters and working Scrum Masters become exceptional in their job. And I offer that through my one-on-one coaching. And it was so successful because I identified the actual need that many of these people were struggling with, and I was able to cater to that actual need that they had. Now, I'm sure now you're wondering, okay, now I get it. I've picked my first skill, I understand exactly the problem it is that I want to solve. How do I find this client? Now, for me, it was easy. All I needed to do was figure out where will my clients be? My clients are working professionals. So most of the time, they are on LinkedIn and they're on social media. And because I'm also a working professional, and since I spend my day on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, I felt like, hey, I'm a working professional. So my clients are going to be in these three places because that's where I also spend the most of my time. And so I started by launching an Instagram page. I started to create value by sharing different content that was helping day-to-day Scrum Masters. And so I knew the problems that they were facing, and I was creating content to solve that exact problem. And so I would do that on Instagram, create different posts, create videos. I'll also repost on LinkedIn, and I started to create videos on YouTube. And that's how many of my clients found me. They found me on YouTube. I also launched a podcast because at a point in time I got very busy. And so I didn't have time for video. Because sometimes video, you gotta look good, right? You have to wear your hair, your makeup, and wear clothes. And there was a time in my life that I was not in that period. I was actually launching another business in another country. It was taking so much of my time. And so I was like, you know what? How can I still stay connected to my audience? And I was like, you know what? Let me go podcast because podcast, I could do that early in the morning. I could do that very late at night. I could do that without having to get dressed. And so I also launched a podcast called The Exceptional Podcast. And so many of my clients also found me on Spotify. They found me on which other one, any of those ones, any of those, podcast platforms out there. And so these were the ways that I continue to share value and my audience connected with me. And that was how I found my clients. So it's actually pretty straightforward if you're looking to, launch yourself out there, if you're looking to, kick off a side hustle and begin to monetize your skill. It's actually simple, right? It was a clear 5 step for me. Now, something else that I needed to do in order to successfully launch my coaching program was to make the time, right? Because it's one thing for you to have the skill set, it's another thing for you to be able to uncover the problem you want to solve. Now, creating content takes time. And when you actually launch your program, it would also take your time. And you have to find the time to create the content and then actually launch that program and be able to service your clients. And so, as a working professional, it was time for me to make better use of my time. As an agile coach, one of the things that you learn is to be super productive. And so, I started to apply my own agile knowledge to my day to day life. I was able to then find time around my day that I could dedicate to either creating content or working on the course that I was about to launch. Now, one thing that helped me a lot and still helps me to this very day is this journal that I have. It's called Transform Your Life in 12 Weeks. It's the ultimate goal planner and tracker. This is a lifesaver. And if you are ready to launch your business, I would advise you to have a tracker that puts you on track. Literally, all you have to do is document what you want to achieve over the next 12 weeks. And then there are guides where you have to, update yourself on a daily basis, list your tracks, and make sure that you are implementing your tracks. This was super helpful for me. And so I'll recommend this journal for you, and you can find it in the link in my bio. So whether you find me on YouTube or you find me on Instagram, you will find the link to this journal in my bio, and you can grab yourself a copy and start living a productive life today. Because even if we have desires, we have to find the time. And one thing I've realized is when you write it down and you make your vision plain, it comes to life because you have a reminder that guides you on the things that you have to do today. One of the things that is very problematic for working professionals is finding the time, right? We make up time for things that seem urgent to us. And when you're building a side hustle, even though you desire it, it doesn't sound urgent because there's nothing that is really pushing you. Other things like work push you. You have to be at work, so you get ready for work. You have to prepare your meals, you get ready for your meals. You have to take care of your family, you get ready for your family. And so every day you keep putting your dreams in the back burner because you don't have anything that keeps putting it in the forefront. And for me, this was my game changer because this was always on my desk every day. I will open it. I'm like, okay, what is my goal for today? What is my plan for the week? What are the tasks that I've already written down as things I want to accomplish either today or by the week? And that just gives me the reminder to keep pushing and to keep going. And this is really a life changer for me, and it still is today. And I believe that it will be the same for you because you have to make the time. Whether it's an hour every day that you can find during the week, make sure that you spend time on your goal. It's going to take time for you to uncover the skill set that you want. It's going to take you time to get clarity on that skill. It's going to take you time to be able to research, to understand, the market, the demands, and the problem you're trying to solve. It's going to take you time to determine what your offer would be. It's going to take you time to identify your target audience. It's going to take you time to start creating content that would appeal to your target audience and attract your target audience to you. It's also going to take you time to actually develop the product or the service that you want to offer to your target audience. All of those things take time. And so you have to be very strategic and make sure that you're doing something about your goals and your dreams on a day-to-day basis. I went really strict on myself. I used to spend a minimum of 3 hours every day. Sometimes, like, I would go to bed at midnight because I prioritize my goal and my dream. And that's why today it has become a reality. We have to make a move in order for things to work out for us. The same way you make a move and go to work every day, the same way you make a move and eat every day is the same way you're going to have to make a move regarding your financial independence. And I'm hoping that my steps today that I've shared with you that helped me to launch my own business, monetize my own skill set, and be able to make real income from it is also going to help you kick off your journey. So a quick recap. One of the things I did was to be able to identify the skill set. I identified the problem that I wanted to solve. I packaged it. I shared it consistently. I launched my program and I make time for it on a day-to-day basis. And this is all the steps that you need in order for you to be able to kick off your financial freedom today by turning what you already know into cash. I hope today's video was super helpful for you. If it was, drop a comment. Let me know that you're ready to kick off. And if you truly need help, you need a guide, reach out to me and I'll be more than helpful to help you kick off your financial freedom today. Thank you very much for spending another time with me in today's video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.